So very good morning students, welcome back to first year physics. So let us, in the previous class we discussed about a collisions relations. In that collisions, see there are two final velocities are there. V1 is equal to, once again I'll write you the two final velocities formulas. V1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. This is the first final velocity during the collision. V2 is equal to 2m1 u1 by m1 plus m2 plus, that is m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2. So this is about a final velocities during the collision. In this also we discussed about three cases. That I would like to tell you fourth case. Let us, you take a case 4, continuation. Case 4, suppose m2 is very greater than m1. The mass of the second body which is very greater than m1, and second body which is at rest. So that means here m2 is m1 you take a very small, m2 very greater than m1. m1 you take a very small in size and m2 is bigger in size. In front of this it is very big. So we can say m1 we can consider as a 0 in front of a m2 because m2 is a bigger one. No? So in that situation what happens, the m1 is very small, so that you make m1 as 0, and of course second body is at rest, u2 is equal to 0. In our expressions, suppose you write this all information, substitute and get a final velocities. That I would like to tell you v1. See, m1 you take as a 0 minus m2 by 0, m1 and m2, it is u1 plus, because m1 is not 0, right? m1 is moving with speed u1, and here you go for the 2m2 into 0 by, it is again m1 0 plus m2. So v1 is equal to 0 minus m2 by m2 into u1 plus, here it is 0 by something will be 0. So v1 is equal to, it is minus u1. Nothing but a what? After the collision, first body speed is equal to second body speed are equal, but it is in opposite. Negative value will come, and it is the first one, and you go for the second. As it is, you take v2 is equal to, here 2 into 0 u1 by 0 plus m1 plus, here you take m2, that is m2 will be, again it is m2 only, minus 0 by m1 0 plus m2 into 0. Nothing but what happens, v2 is equal to 0, because something 0 by something and 0 by something will get 0 only. So however it is will be like this. So this is what it is, a case number 4. If I go for the case number 5, suppose you say m1 is very greater than m2 and second body is at rest. You say like this, right? Okay, the second body is at rest. Again, same, you take same situation. This is the fifth case. So v1 we know, that is m1 minus m1 very greater than m2 you make as 0, and m1 it is plus 0 u1 plus, it is m2 into 0, u2 also 0, m1 plus 0. So v1 is equal to m1 by m1 into u1 plus 0. So m1 cancel, v1 is equal to u1. And you take a second expression also same way, that is a second one, v2 is equal to 2m1 u1 by m1 plus 0 plus 2m2 m2 becomes 0 minus m1 by m1 plus m2. Of course second body is at rest. So v2 is equal to, it is 2m1 u1 by m1. So m1 cancel, v2 is equal to 2, like this. Is it okay now? This is the cases related to what? For the during the one-dimensional head-on collision. During the one-dimensional head-on collision. So these are the example and cases related to what? For the head-on collisions in case of during the collision, right? Okay. See, on this basis, I would like to tell you problems. If any problem is there in our material, we'll go through that. Then after that, we'll see the continuation. See, these cases are important. Yeah. Yeah, right. There is no problem. Problems are not given on this concept. It's nothing to worry. And yeah, I'd like to tell you, because it is obeys the in case of head-on collision, it obeys the both momentum and kinetic energy, right? Here we have to get the kinetic energy cases that we can see. Final kinetic energy. I would like to tell you one case on the basis of this kinetic energy. Let us we have the two formulas. You keep like this only. The condition will be related to the kinetic energy. Now we are finding the kinetic energy during the one-dimensional head-on collision. During the one-dimensional head-on collision, elastic collision. See the condition, I'll read the condition. A body of mass is m1, move with a kinetic energy k, undergo head-on elastic collision with another body of mass is m2 at rest. See, the condition will be given like this. The second body is at rest. Let us the condition is, so the kinetic energy, the first body of mass is m1, which is moving with u1, and the second body which is at rest, mass is m2, undergoing a elastic head-on collision. After the collision, the two bodies are moving with speeds v1, and second body moving with speed is v2, it is m2, and it is moving like this. See, for this after collision kinetic energy, it is half mv1 square, and for this half mv2 square, and here it is m1 and this is m2, right? Here before collision, for this kinetic energy, half mu1 square, and it is of course u to 0. You say kinetic energy for this body is 0. Now here the condition will be u to 0. In this you write a u to 0. Suppose if you write a u to 0, it is become 0, and it is also become 0. Therefore you take v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1, because u2 is 0, and you take a after collision kinetic energy, after collision this will be like this. Clear? Second body is at rest. Now we know final velocities of the both the bodies, and here before collision kinetic energy we know you take as a k, and it is you take as a k1, and it is you take as a k2. Let us you write this expression k1 you take. See, after collision you take like this, after collision kinetic energy is k1. So k1 is equal to, so the k1 is equal to half m1 v1 square. v1 we know as it is, right? It is half m1, v1 will be m1 minus, it is m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 whole square. So that k1 is equal to half m1 u1 square. You take square, no? You take out from that. Therefore m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. It is simple. See, instead of v1 you write this v1 in a place of kinetic energy. In a place of kinetic energy. Now you get like this, k1 is equal to half m1 u1 square is nothing but it is k, no? Therefore this is the before collision kinetic energy will be k, m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 whole square. So k1 by k is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2. This we can call as the fractional change in kinetic energy. This we can call as the fractional change in kinetic energy in K. Fractional change in kinetic energy. Right here, fractional change in kinetic energy. Clear? This is related to what? Fractional change in kinetic energy after the collision of first body. In the same way, K2 is nothing but a half m2 v2 square. However, we know v2. What is v2 here? 2m1, right? 2m1 u1 by m1 plus m2. You write here it is, instead of there you write expression, you change like this. Here you take as like this. because in case of a perfectly inelastic collision, it obeys both momentum and kinetic energy, right? You take, it is m2 v2, so it is k2 is equal to 1 by 2 m2 into v2 will be 2 m1 u1 by m1 plus m2 whole square. So after collision will be m2 u2 square 4 m1 by m1 plus m2 whole square. It is clear? Sir, I am sorry to say it is you say it is 2, no? Better you take this is because first body kinetic energy we know, no? u1 square, this is a 4, I mean to say it is a 2, no? So you write here 2 means 4 m1 square by m1 plus m2 square like this, and from here m2 is there, m1 you take like you write, because we should get a simplification, no? So that to take a like this for the calculation. In this you take a 1 m1 is common and you take this m2 within the bracket, you take into the bracket like this. Look at now, once you check the calculation, so look at here, m2 u1 square is there, 2 m1 by m1 plus m2 whole square is there. Now square this, 4 m1 square by m1 plus m2 whole square. From this here it is m1 square is there, now you write into m1 into m1. From this you take a common is m1, because here only we have the initial kinetic energy of the first body is k. So that here final conclusion, k2 is equal to, right, it is k into, because it is the initial kinetic energy of the first body, m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. So that k2 by k is equal to 4 m1 m2 by m1 plus, this is related to the energy, the fractional change in kinetic energy before and after the collision will be like this. Before and after the collision will be like this. The condition is, let us consider two bodies of masses m1 and m2 which are moving in the same direction with velocities u1 and u2, and second body is at rest. After the collision, the bodies moving with speeds v1 and v2, and here it obeys the law of conservation of energy. That's what you apply the kinetic energy relation, and as well as it is also obeys the momentum is constant, no? Then you take for the momentum also, then what will happen in case of a momentum, we'll see. v1 v2 we know. Let us for the momentums, once you check the momentums also, because elastic collision obeys both momentum and kinetic energy is constant. So on the basis of that, I would like to write here momentum, it is m1 v1, sorry u1 it is 0, and after collision p1 is equal to m1 v1 and p2 is equal to m2 v2. Your wish, you want to write a p1 by p2 or p2 by p1, whatever it is. For first body you write like this, that is p1 by p. So p1 will be m1 v1 by m1 u1, so cancel. p1 by p is equal to v1 is there, you write here m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 by it is u1, so cancel. p1 by p is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus, so this is will be the momentum. So the first body momentum, the ratio, this is we can also call fractional change. Fractional change. And you go for the second, p2 by p. What is p2 now? That is m2 v2 by m1 u1 it is. Clear? Here again you write this value here, p2 by p, which is equal to your m2, and your v2 will be, that is 2 m1 u1 by m1 plus m2 whole divided by m1 u1, m1 cancel. So there is a p2 by p1 or p2 by p, 2 m2 by m1 plus m2. This we can call as the fractional change. fractional change in momentum. See, for before and after the collision will be like this, right? So this is what it is related to the collisions, which we can say like this, right? So it is what this completely related to what it is actually related to about a perfectly elastic collision, right? That I would like to tell you, till now we discussed only related to the elastic collision, that is a head-on collision. Now I would like to tell you actually collisions are three types. I told you very clear. Then one we can say elastic collision, and one more we can say inelastic collision, and one more we can say perfectly inelastic. So in case of a elastic collision, that is one dimensional head-on elastic collision is finished. Now let us will move to the related to the elastic collision. Inelastic collision, I mean to say head-on, right here, head-on inelastic, head-on inelastic collision. During this what happens? Inelastic collision. See, again let us consider a two bodies of masses m1 and m2 which are moving in the same straight line, right, with velocities u1 and u2. Of course there is a condition u1 greater than u2, and here it is we can call before collision it is, and here during the collision it is, during the collision. Then after that during the collision what happens? There is a speeds are v1 and v2 after collision, and masses are same which are moving in the same direction. So what is happening in case of a head-on inelastic collision? Head-on in the sense is the bodies are moving before and after the collision in the same straight line. Before and after the collision the two bodies are moving in the same straight line. That I would like to tell you, in case of inelastic collision it is obeys only, I mean to say momentum is constant, not the kinetic energy. Very simple, not the kinetic energy. So kinetic energy, it may be converted into different form of energies. It may be converted into different form of energies, but it is in case of a inelastic collision, it is momentum is constant, not kinetic energy. On that basis, apply a conservation of linear momentum. Sum of before collision momentum is equal to sum of after collision momentum. Before collision momentum will be m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So again you do the same process. Before in the previous class we did same manner. Once you take a left side and twos you take a right side. So m1 u1 minus m1 v1, the process remains the same, m2 v2 minus m2 u2. In this you take a common, m1 is common, u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 is common, v2 minus u2 you take as the equation 1. And here I would like to tell you another statement that is related to, in case of an inelastic collision, there is a coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution. Sir, what is this? Coefficient of restitution is E. So this is for actually 2 marks. The statement is required here. Sir, what is the statement? Coefficient of restitution is nothing but a E. E is to be defined as, very simple. See, after the collision, the two bodies are separating, and here before collision, the two bodies are approaching, and there is a relative velocity is there between the two bodies. After the collision, the two bodies are moving with the different speeds v2 and v1, and here before the collision, the two bodies are moving with the speeds u1 and u2. Therefore, the coefficient of restitution is defined as, once again I will tell you in the next class also, because there also we have again applications. Right away for this derivation here the statement is required. What we can say the statement will be, coefficient of restitution is defined as, it is the ratio of relative velocity separation, right? Or we can say like this, right here, u1 minus u2 is directly proportional to v2 minus v1. Of course we can say like this, or else you want to write here it is some constant is to be introduced, v2 minus v1 is directly proportional to u1 minus u2. We can also take like this, nothing but a what, v2 minus v1 is nothing but a the relative velocity after the collision separation is equal to some constant is to be introduced, that is already I told you, that is equal to E into u1 minus u2. What is E? E is nothing but a coefficient of restitution, so that E is equal to v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2. So that the statement is to be defined as, it is the ratio of the relative velocity separation after the collision to the relative velocity approach before the collision. The relative velocity separation after the collision is equal to or by the relative velocity separation before the collision. It is nothing but a coefficient of restitution. For this coefficient of restitution, in case of an inelastic collision, E is equal to 0. You remember, in elastic collision, E is equal to 0. For elastic collision, E is equal to 1. This is the very, very important information regarding coefficient of restitution. The values of capital E will be like this. Okay, you remember, because it is there in the next classes, coefficient of restitution, some statements, and as well as the E values are represented to be like this. You remember, for inelastic collision, E is equal to 0. For elastic collision, E is equal to 1. Everyone remember this, and for all bodies it lies between 0 to 1 for semi-elastic and etc. So here from this expression, see, you take as a equation 1, no? This is you take as a equation 2. See, from this equation 2, let us have from 2, now I am writing like v2 is equal to this, you take this side, v1 plus E into u1 minus u2. Simple, you multiply with E u1 minus E u2. This you take as the equation 3. In a similar manner, from 2 only you write v1 also. See, in the previous in elastic collision also we did the same process. Again also you do the same method. This you take this side, because this is you take this side becomes plus, and this you take left side, it is becomes what happens, minus u1 minus u2. Again you multiply v2 minus E u1 plus E u2. This is you take as the equation 4. Now we know 3 and 4, right? Now we know 3 and 4. This 3 and 4, suppose first 3 you substitute in equation 1, and after that when you substitute here replacing v2, no, then the equation completely, I will tell you how to substitute, and after that I will give you the direct equation, not required. So now substitute 3 in 1. So you take a 1, m1, it is u1 minus v1, which is equal to m2. Clear? It is, instead of v2, no, you write here v1 plus E u1 minus E u2 minus u2. Of course, again here we have to take the simplification. After taking the simplification, so you will get the, because now the expression completely becomes in v1, no? After simplifying, not required, that's what v1 is equal to, directly now I am giving. Suppose you want to derivation, you go through, multiply this m1 u1 minus m1 v1, like that you multiply, you will get the v1 expression will be like this. Here it is simple, here you write in this expression m1 minus E, that's all, m1 minus E m2 by m1 plus m2 plus into u1 plus 2 is there, no, instead of 2 1 plus E, m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. This is for in case of a inelastic collision, the final velocity of the body. And you go for the substitute now, fourth equation in 3. So here is the v2 is there, no, simple, v2 will be, instead of 2 you write a 1 plus E, here also same, 2 instead of 1 plus E, therefore m1 u1 by m1 plus m2 plus, here instead of minus E is here minus is there, no, there here it is replaced E, no, here also you replace the same way, minus E m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2. These are the expressions related to in case of a head-on inelastic collision. If you go through these two expressions, then ultimately it is help you for the next coming classes, right? See, there are two final velocities expressions. In case of a head-on inelastic collision, this is the method to approach, and here simplification is actually not required. So the method is everything is same. You multiply m1 u1 minus m1 v1 is equal to m2 v1 plus m2 eu1 minus m2 eu2 minus m2 u2. Same, you do same thing. We have to get v1, no? So v1's one side and remain on all other side you take. Then after simplification, we'll get the v1 is equal to m1 minus e m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 1 plus e m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. That's what. Here it is the for this relation related to elastic collision. No? In this elastic collision, here you write a minus e, here you write a 1 plus e. In the second expression also, once you observe, it is v2 is equal to 2 m1 u1 by m1 plus m2 plus m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2. Here instead of 2, just you write a 1 plus c here, and here minus m1 is there, no? There you write a e. So now we know the 4 expressions. In case of a elastic collision, there are 2 expressions. In case of a inelastic collision, again we have 2 expressions for the final velocities v1 and v2. Of course, again we have here also we have cases. I'll tell you 1-2 cases in the next class. Thank you very much. We'll see in the next class. Thank you very much.